Come on. No, no crying. You got a bone to chew on? You're all good. Aw. I love this dog, but she really does. I don't know if you can hear her little, like, high pitch. She's got this. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Hello. Hello. Half this video is going to be me trying to make the dog not stressed. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stewart, and a very special thing is about to happen. It only happens once per day. You ready for it? First cup of coffee, first sip of the day, starting the morning right. Let's get into some Stellaris, shall we? What have we been doing? It's been like a couple of days since I last played, so I gotta get my bearings. We were very low on energy credits. Are we building something useful? Yeah, okay, we got that settled. I'm just gonna hit on pause. I've noticed I had a chance to go over my recordings. I tend to pause a little bit more than I probably should. So I'm going to attempt to talk while at least normal speed is running. That way we can get some more progress going. Oh yeah, that's right. We met the Alari. We're just still exploring, still kind of getting a feel for what's going on in our neighborhood of the galaxy, and figuring out where we want to expand, all that good stuff. So we got our L gate secured. I might push up to the Vogie black hole. Now I said I don't really want to expand too far, but here's my general idea, right? We can have one sector based around this little section here with all the black holes and maybe even picking up this wormhole. And because we got 3 planets here, they're too far away to be part of Earth's sector. I think it makes sense, though, to base a sector off of these guys. Now, if you don't know how sectors work, you can go down the sectors map mode down the lower corner here. Click on it. Oh, okay, bunker bot. So, I'm always on the fence about bunker bot because, gosh, like, all 3 seem to be pretty good. Like, except maybe boosting this, because, yeah, for 2 years you get 10% research. If this happened late game, I feel like that would be very good. But this happening early game, 10% of a small amount of research is still a small amount of research. So that boost, I never feel is all that good. This one, though, I mean, that's a lot of crystal and that crystal and that moat, which might be kind of good. And then, like, I used to love this one because if you got 200 influence right out of the gate, the very start of the game, it was a very good way to expand faster than the AI empires can. On the flip side, if you get it kind of mid-game, we're not really mid-game yet. We're still in the first decade or second decade of the game. So I don't know, 200 is still pretty good. We do have a very high influence income right now, but that will go away once we start making treaties. So, you know what? I'll be nice. I'll leave the machine to keep calculating and figuring out whatever it was figuring out. Who knows? Maybe it was something very nice. We get an L-Gate Insight. You get these from the occasional event. You need to get 7 of them before you can open the L-Gates. So the more of those we get from random events, the less we'll have to research late game. And when I do want to open up the L-Gate, I have a plan for that. And that plan is like fortify my borders like hell and hope that we can survive. Okay, so we met our first stagnant ascendancy fallen empire type. And they are strange looking. Wow. This one, I always kind of like this one because as a kid, I was way into Carl Sagan. And Carl Sagan talked about how maybe Jupiter has floating life forms in its upper atmosphere. And so, like, you know, like little, like, weird Medusa type things could float around and eat the hydrocarbons in Jupiter's upper atmosphere. Obviously, we've gone to Jupiter with probes since then, and it's void of life, but, you know, it's always kind of a fun little scenario. So it's kind of it's neat to see like representation of that kind of an alien in Stellaris. So yeah, these guys, they float around. They probably, like, I do wish you can't colonize gastronaut planets, and you can't be like a gaseous or a free floating organism. There's no mechanic in game to support that. Plenty of mods have that though, which would be kind of cool. You know, I would love to see more special, like how they had the necrophages and the machine empires. I would love to see more unique, and the lithoids. It's kind of a missed opportunity that they didn't try to do that with the planetoids species pack. But you know, I buy every DLC for Stellaris right out the gate. If you can't spend that much money on a game, then wait for the summer sale on Valve and Steam. One sec, my alarm's going off. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, a friend of mine needed a reminder to go get their vaccine, and they've already left, so that's all good. Anyway, so let's see. These are Enigmatic Observers. These guys generally are pretty nice, right? They give you lots of rewards. They usually open their borders to you if you're a xenophile, right? If you share ethics with them, they'll be pretty nice to you overall. The main thing about them, though, is sometimes they'll ask for pop, and I give it to them because I don't want to piss off a fallen empire, but it's frustrating because that can hurt your economy, especially if it happens pretty early. So anyway, we'll tell them that we're delighted because they're xenophile. I don't know if that does anything. I still haven't figured it out, but you know, let's see down here. Hey, another L gate. They all seem to be in kind of the same area, which is a little unfortunate. I was hoping that the L gates would be spread out more so that they make a good highway for getting around. Oh, yeah, they opened up their borders. In general, these guys, like, it's going to be kind of nice for us because they should block any aggressive empires from crossing and attacking us, while at the same time allowing us to pass through. So they're kind of like a friendly, you know, a good fence and a good neighbor. So
we have detected.
Let's see, oppressive structures. Again, a lot of these like 100 research time things aren't that crazy, so I'm not going to really pause to take a look at them. I know some people new to the game might want to see more of that, but just, you know, they almost always the reward is like, oh, there's 3 research around this black hole, or you get 100 energy. You know, they're not things that I would like be going out of the way to, out of the way to research or anything like that. So this is kind of really nice because it means all of these like worlds, it's unlikely that an AI is actually going to expand and take them from us. So ultimately, yeah, what are our borders going to be? I think we want this here, this here, because both those are special star systems. This one's a neutron star. You see environmental hazards. It slows down ship speed, which can be really nice because it means that your stations have more opportunity to get off like volleys, because stations outrange ships. And this one, shield nullification 100%. That's also good. Let's see here. All the L gates seem to be concentrated around this region of space, and that's not good. I don't want that. I want to be able to take the L gate systems and then be able to hop around the whole galaxy. But if they're all in one area, that dream won't happen. I don't know. The L gates have been kind of spawning odd like that. It seems like that's been a recent thing. So I don't know. Maybe they were trying to nerf the L gates a little bit, something like that. Let's see here. Okay, so I didn't want to click on you. The Ponel one, yeah. Wow, 9 energy is pretty good, so that's nice to see. You can go up here. We'll have to get these trade value things going, especially because our consumer goods is garbage right now. But I don't know, it's a little tricky. It's pretty far away from Earth. Usually I just built the trade hub. Yeah, see that a little boost in science or energy or whatever. Like a lot of those anomalies aren't all that interesting. Story-wise, maybe, but I don't think that we have to spend a ton of time reading all of them. But if a big crazy event that will completely change our strategy pops up, I'll for sure read it. Because I love the emergent storytelling of Stellaris. Even though I seem to be ignoring it, it's just because like the smaller events don't really change much. But I mean, there's plenty of events that you'll get that completely change what your empire is going to be doing. So if we find one of those, then we will definitely take advantage of it. Hold on, some more coffee. Ah, God, that's so good. I need it today too. So last night I had one of my vices is mead. Okay. So we've met a new alien, and this one we definitely need to take a look at. Yeah, Rogue Defense System Determined Exterminators. These guys can't stand living things. They destroyed their creators, and now they're hell-bent on ending all life in the galaxy. These are the first of what will probably be a couple of big bads that we have to be aware of. Like I said, I want this galaxy to be violent. I want there to be lots of war, and I want us to have to prepare for potential attacks. So this is how I did that. I filled the galaxy with these kind of guys. So we'll tell them off. We'll tell them we pursue true equality, and because their equality is not as equal as our equality. Let's take a look at them. Okay, so they have cut off all of this land. Oh, wait, what? Oh, right. I see. So they're going to be able to freely expand straight down this way. That's not good for us, because this AI actually likes to expand towards its potential victims. And we are very much on their poopy list. Yeah, they're coming for us. They're coming for us in a major way. We're going to have to figure out a way to fortify the border as soon as we can. This scientist, he was down here, right? And whenever a scientist gets kicked out of a territory, usually because you discover an AI and the AI closes their borders to you, they end up eventually showing back up in your main star system. So when this guy comes back, I'm definitely going to start scanning in this general direction, because I would very much I'd like to get this archaeology site, because we don't have many. Although we won't need as many, because we have this guy. The Greneur precursor, which gets you a lot of minor relics. But we do want some minor relics, because you can unlock a pretty powerful boost to your empire if you get 50 minor relics. So that's a number that we're trying to reach, 50 minor relics. So I'd like to get this one if possible. I would like to fortify here because of the environmental thing, and because beyond it are some star systems I am interested in eventually colonizing. We got an ocean world here. 2 worlds are actually okay. Like, if we look here, well, this one didn't have any special stuff, but sometimes tomb worlds have, like, really good... Wow, both these are kind of useless tomb worlds. Well, sometimes they have really, like, see this bomb crater? Never mind. Anyway, some tomb worlds will have very good bonuses on them, like these little features that plants can have. some Tomb Worlds will have stuff. It's like Metal Boneyards, for example, gets you 20% boost to society research on the planet. Makes it a really good tech world. That kind of thing. So we'll be keeping an eye out on these worlds, figure out where we want to sell. I'm hoping that there are more in Earth Sector, though, because I don't want to have to hire a ton of extra governors. And the further you spread out, the more governors you need to get. It's looking right now like we will need at least 3 sectors. If we spread it in the Navogi Black Hole and spread down to this system down here. Yeah, we're kind of like, just like how we were in a race with beating the rock guys, the Taijuru or whatever, to this black hole. We're now in a race to secure our borders on this side from the Synthoid Manifold. We also, at this point, need to expand our fleet because I guarantee if we go to contacts, yeah, they're going to be pushing on overwhelming, etc. Are these guys sabotaging our relations, or are they just... They're not sabotaging it, they just start low. So they're... I'm hoping we can befriend these guys. It might be a little tough. Okay, we got another tech. We are not getting the kind of techs I was hoping to see. I will start researching these, because with the Synthoid Manifold right there, I want to actually unlock these anomalies, and we might not have the opportunity if the Synthoids spread quickly towards us. As for this, oh gosh, we'll just boost our research. This is not a good boost early game. It gets better as you expand, but early game is not great. The other two, though, aren't great either. The combat computers is pretty good, I suppose, but it's not so good I'm going out of my way to secure it. Okay, so you are finished here. Please get mining and all that good stuff. Right, we need to expand our fleet. This is why I have to keep pausing, people. Just pause. Okay. So what are we going for here? Planetary build speed, honestly, I don't care about this boost much. The reason I like it is it tends to be a relatively cheap technology, and it cycles our cards pretty quickly. And it tends to, when you cycle your cards with this one, you tend to get some text that you really need if you're going for you can monopolize. So that's why assembly patterns is better than you think. This one, Nebula Refiner. We don't actually have a nebula to refine. We have one down here, but I doubt we're expanding that far. 10% mining output is okay. We actually have like a lot of energy coming from mines, so that might help a bit with our weird economy. I don't know. I'm actually going to go for planetary build speed. I'm hoping to get weather control, because weather control sets us up for getting Yuka Monopoly earlier rather than later. And Yuka Monopoly are a very powerful mid-game tool. So why does this keep suggesting I upgrade the fleet? They're all like a class. I guess it's just... I noticed like it kept reverting to an older one, but do we even have... We don't even have any... Okay, whatever. Let's upgrade this and let's boost this to 20, because now we need it. If we're too weak, the Synthoid Manifold will be able to roll over us, and we have nothing really stopping them from heading straight to Earth at this point. We need a fleet. I hate to build the fleet before we unlock a tech that makes the fleet cheaper, but you know what? We made that decision early game not to pursue that straight away, so now we pay the consequences. And the cheaper Corvette tech isn't huge. It just means every time you make 20 Corvettes, one of them is going to be free. So, you know, you get a bigger Navy that way for less alloys, but it's not a huge amount of alloys that you're saving. The earlier you get it, the better, because obviously you're going to build Corvettes throughout the game, but it's not a tech that you have to go out of your way to get. I kind of wish I had more scientists down here scanning, because Synthoids are going to spread very fast. Determined exterminators get a big boost to expansion. So, okay, what are we going to get here? These techs are meh overall. Gene clinics, I've seen breakdowns of gene clinics, and they actually aren't good. It takes 50 years for a gene clinic to produce more pops. If you want like a net profit, I guess, on pops, it takes gene clinics 50 years. Because if you look at that boost, they do plus 10% pop growth. And you're like, well, plus 10%, that's pretty good, right? But it's not plus 10% overall. It's plus 10% on this plus 3.75 per month. So what you're getting is like plus 0.03 extra growth. And it takes 2 population to get that. So you're dedicating 2 population that could be working any other kind of job to that pop growth. And it takes so long to get 2 extra, to get the 2 extra population to make up for the 2 workers that you've put into your gene clinic takes 50 years. So, you know, I mean, it is a bonus, but you're giving a building slot. You're giving up 2 population. This seems like it needs a rework, honestly. And also all the consumer goods you put into it. Like, I don't know. I don't especially love this one. On the other hand, it's biology. We got biologists. It might be worth pursuing just for shuffling the cards. On the flip side, we could do alt-world trading. That's all right. We could do this one. I kind of like. Let's get going on statecraft. And the reason why is, yeah, we actually have someone who can boost that. And, well, I guess we have to wait for the science ship to meander back to Earth. It takes some time. If it's that far away, it basically, as long as it would take the science ship to move all the way back to Earth, that's as long as you don't have the science ship. So it's going to be missing an action ship for quite some time. So that scientist is just going to kind of be sitting there for now, but I guess that's fine. We could build another science ship, but I don't want to. I need to save the alloy now. So that's that. But yeah, I mentioned having some mead last night, and mead is my weakness. I love that alcohol. So if you don't know what mead is, it is fermented honey. So they take honey, like from a beehive, and they ferment it. It's actually one of the oldest forms of alcohol ever invented. It was invented, you know, right around the same time that pottery was, because people would just go out in the wild, find a beehive, and ferment the honey in a jar. And man, the stuff is good. It gives you an amazing buzz, pun intended. And just like it, I don't know, it's very sweet tasting, like goes down smooth. I really love it. I started, so like basically mead is like, I have it as sort of like a little like present to myself, I guess, every so often. I also like to drink it during Dungeons and Dragons sessions because, you know, you're supposed to be having fun at those things, and why not, right? Okay, we still don't have automatic exploration because our technologies so far have been pretty like garbage. But yeah, mead it's an interesting beverage. If you've never had it before, consider giving it a try. It's also, you know, it's what the Vikings would drink and all that good stuff. That's why it was a very popular medieval beverage before it got, basically what happened was, okay, we met another thing, trying to collect my thoughts. I do scan these systems just to level up my scientist a bit, but I don't prioritize scanning them. So, like, if I'm moving through, I'll scan it real quick. and then like I'll just move beyond and start scanning these stars. Because we might feasibly colonize back over here. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah. So after Rome collapsed, it was very difficult for Northern Europeans to get wine for obvious reasons. You know, it's hard to ship. Let's see. Okay, yeah, these little events, whatever. We found some life forms that are silicon-based, but that's not even all that amazing, because we met intelligent life forms that are silicon-based. So, yeah. Oh, is that a pooch? Hold on. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, girl. You come up here if you want. Come on. I am dog-sitting today, so... Oh, hey, baby. Hey, baby, how you doing? No, she misses her mom. You're okay. You're okay. I have a dog that's very codependent, and okay, calm down. Shh. No, don't go howling and stuff. The little beagle. I don't even know if you can pick her up on the phone or not. She gets very like. I don't know if it's scared, but stressed when it's, okay. Yes, I hear you. When her mom isn't around. So, yeah, like, right now I'm posted up at my parents' place. So this is actually my mother's dog. And it's because I'm working, like, remotely, and why pay rent if you're working remotely and can't go out and see anybody or are stuck in quarantine? So I just picked a resilient scientist. You get more bang for your buck that way. Where to send this one? Where's this one going? Okay, I am going to send this one down here. I'm going to scan these stars because I want to start building in this direction and secure at least to here, if not beyond. I would very much like to have a big star base in between me and the Synthoid manifold. So I need to start scanning these stars and moving in this general direction. And then after that, we'll figure out what you're going to scan. If we have time, I might send you down here to do this anomaly. I suspect it might get scooped by the Synthoids, but we shall see. But yeah, I actually just graduated from school. We went remote during the beginning of the quarantine, and I've just been kind of. Yep, two anomalies popped up at the same time. Yeah, research button, please. We met another friend down here. Maybe. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's someone that won't be friendly. Who knows? Let's see. Get more science. Yes, please. We're slowly but surely like building out our empire. We have plenty of influence. Okay, yeah, these guys definitely friends. Erudite explorers, they're egalitarian. We're gonna get along swimmingly. So let's be delighted to meet them, and let's immediately pause and jump into here. Yeah, nice. We're starting to get the relations going. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see. And we'll prove these relations. We probably won't have to continually improve the relations with this particular group of aliens, because eventually we'll get treaties, and those treaties will, guarantee that they stay nice with us. So... But they're very good. Their research agreements are going to be excellent. They've got technocracy, meritocracy. These guys are just solid overall. I would very much like a migration treaty, because they will end up being our scientists in the future. So, but yeah, basically I gave up my apartment at the start of this whole business, and finished up my college remotely, and have been just kind of working from home ever since, waiting to get vaccines and for normal to come back, which will probably take a while still. I suspect April is when they're talking that we might get vaccine for the general population. Yeah, shoot, these guys are spreading out. Now, the thing is, we will war the synthoids. I am going to not risk an altercation. I'm trying to be as peaceful as I can with these guys. So, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I guarantee they're always going to be ornery and getting in our way, but maybe we can avoid being stuck with an annoying war that I don't want with them. We'll see, though. We'll see. Let's move this guy down here. I want to start... Okay, they'll be happy. We get some extra influence. So let's go to edicts. Do we have any edicts? Land of Opportunity. We're not ready for that yet. We'll enact that as soon as we get a migration treaty with somebody, because I want lots of migration. I think migration is our goal. So yeah. Whoa. Yeah, if I seem kind of crazy and distracted today, oh my goodness. How about that? Well, okay. This is a fun event. We will be following along with this and paying very special attention. Remember how I said there are events that can, like, have very large consequences? This is definitely one of them. Baby girl! Hey, quit crying, huh? Come on. Sorry, trying to reassure a dog who's very sad. She's very codependent on my mom, and yeah, is I don't know, missing her right now because she's out doing stuff. Let's see, yeah. So an interesting signal just happened. I'm not going to spoil that. It's a very crazy event. A lot of stuff is going to be happening in the very near future. Okay, so let's pause because we have to make a major decision here. We have the Synthoid Manifold on our doorstep. I don't know if they're going to war us yet. In fact, let's look at our... Come on. No crying. You got a bone to chew on? You're all good. Aw. I love this dog, but she really does. I don't know if you can hear her little, like, high-pitched. She's got this. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Hello. Hello. Half this video is going to be me trying to make the dog not stressed. Little girl. Hey. Hey, you're fine. You're good. You're getting petted. Someone's here watching you. You don't have to be so sad, huh? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, she just, she gets stressed out when she was raised from a real young age with my mom's like a pocket dog and doesn't like to be separated from her. So, it is what it is. I personally think dogs should be kind of taught when they're young to be independent, but that didn't happen, so now I don't want the poor little guy to be stressed out. And I'm going to be nice and give him some pets. Let's see here. What was I looking at? Oh, right. Okay, our fleet power is equivalent, so they're not that scary yet, and I suspect it's because they haven't colonized too many other planets. But if they don't have anything in their way, they are going to expand, and they are going to be a major, major threat in the future. Almost guaranteed. The Synthoid Manifold, if you look at their species down here, Synthoid. I designed them to be quite good. They breed very quickly. They have very little upkeep. Yeah, they are already at 37 to our... We're actually beating them. That's... Okay, I don't know how that happened. Wait, is it... Yeah. Okay, well, eventually they will outpace us because they got mass assembly or mass produced. God, we're doing pretty well. Like, if you sort by population, look at this. Other way, please. I suspect. Okay, so it says there are 39 human population, but we go. Oh no. How are we doing so well with our population? That does not make sense. We have no bonuses to our pop growth. You know what it was? Okay, the AI is really dumb about one thing. Remember early on, I was like, clear this as soon as possible? That blocker that gives you 1 extra pop? The AI sometimes doesn't clear that blocker straight away. And the longer they take to clear it, the more it impacts their economy. The other thing, too, is we had prosperous unification. Which gives you some extra pop, I think, in the beginning. So that might be why we're still ahead. That advantage will not last, because these guys, they start with less pop, but they have faster pop growth. So Synthoids will definitely have a bigger economy than us, unless we can keep ahead of them technology-wise. We might be able to, because we'll have tech treaties and all that good stuff. Come on, I'm recording here. Little girl. I don't even know if you guys can hear her or not. My microphone's okay, but, she's got that, like really kind of high pitch. Aw, come on. You're fine. She'll be back in like an hour. You're okay. You're okay. So half the video is going to be me doing that. I won't apologize for that. She gets so stressed. Anyway, let's see here. Let's attempt to actually have a show. Me and bouncing like the dog and all that stuff. So, what are we going for? Supremacy or discovery or prosperity? I still have a ton of scanning I suspect I'll be able to do in the future. I know this doesn't do much straight away, but it'll boost our science. I don't feel immediately threatened by the Synthoids. I think they're still sorting out their economy, and they haven't really spread to our borders yet. I think we can wait and get this as our third tradition. Let's go with discovery. It's not the strongest. I like the tech boost it gives, though. It's another 10% research boost. And this right here is a good one. Research alternatives increased by 1. It makes it easier to focus your tech tree because you'll get more cards that pop up in your research. So let's go for that. Anyway, I'm going to unpause and hopefully we'll get some progress today. We have met some more aliens, some alien beauties to, the Tianki. As I said, they're all like, they live in Tianki Vec. We're going to be getting a ton of first contact events now that we've spread out enough, which is good. The more the merrier. The only issue is some of these guys are not going to like their neighbors, and if we try to make everybody happy, no one will be happy. So we're going to have to like pick and choose a little bit, at least initially. Eventually, our fleet power will be so strong that we can. Where's this one? This is an important event. Gamon. Shoot. Okay, so that's a very good strategic resource. It's relatively rare. You probably only get a couple of those in the whole galaxy. And it lets you build megastructures faster. So it's kind of a shame it wasn't closer to where we're planning on expanding because we kind of want that resource, but we might not get it. I'm really not trying to expand very far out, but we'll see. I might end up having to do that just because. Alright, I'll send you down here. Yeah, go ahead and research. We're going to start researching the longer texts now that we've chosen to go with discovery. I mean the longer anomalies, because the speed it'll take to research them will drop. Oh, another thing I should do, now that we picked that tree, you get Map the Stars pops, which gives you anomaly discovery chance. So you're still able to get that up. It's just that you can't get it early game anymore because you won't have the extra influence to spare to pop that edict. We'll keep that edict up until we get a lot of migration treaties, and we'll switch to Land of Opportunity to encourage more migration in our general direction. Oh my goodness. So we've met another incredibly hostile, incredibly scary empire. This was the first Fnac Purifier species I ever designed. I kind of never liked Fnac Purifiers. I don't know why. Like, just I preferred the Determined Exterminators and some of the other aggressive empires over them. But I felt like it's a really good fit for a Necroid species. These guys, all they want is more of them to exist. But I also made them kind of like a weird priesty cult. So I gave them Spiritualists and Fnac Xenophobe. So sometimes they aren't very good at being Fnac Purifiers. They don't have the military boost that normally you would like to see to help them out. They got Spiritual instead. Some empires I don't design to be ideal. And this one was more for roleplay reasons. You know, this guy has like a creepy, culty, priest robes and stuff going on. I felt like it kind of made sense to make them Spiritualists. Now, they are a necrophage, so the whole idea is they conquer species and they force them to be converted into more of their own population. It's a brand new thing Stellaris just put out. I love that they are a blood court. That's kind of, I guess I was thinking vampires. Like, when you design your empire, you can give them, if you give them the right traits, they get a particular kind of government. So I made sure that they got blood court because, it kind of fits, So these guys, they're probably coming for us. We'll do our passive-aggressive. We preserve true equality. They are being pretty aggressive about where they spread. Then this means that we'll never know what's going on over here. Now, the Alari are going to go to war with these guys, and usually the Alari are pretty good at war. They don't actually have a boost to war, but they have a boost to production. So, usually they can do well at early war. I don't know. We'll see. If the Necromages might conquer the Alari, which would be interesting for us. It would mean a couple of things. So, first, we'll probably get some refugees if they start to get purged. Because we've been relatively friendly with them. So the odds that we would get refugees fleeing to our lands, pretty high. Grey Goose, we get more Elgate insights. Good. I really want to get this. And like I said, they're going to expand towards us because that's what the aggressive AIs like to do. Okay, I told you that would unlock really fast, and I was right. Okay, now did we get robots? We had a discussion about it. I'm going to get them. I want my economy to be strong, and you need robots for a strong economy. It does mean we'll have less migration pull, but that's fine. I think it's kind of necessary at this point. What else? We should start thinking about where we're going to build our star base. Now, as I started talking about earlier, like I tend to build one trade port in the entire game, and I build around my capital. And how do I extend that trade port? Well, I use gateways. You can try to have like multiple trade ports, but then you have to like invest in defending them from pirates. It's a whole thing. It's kind of a pain. If you use gateways, you get the same advantages as having like trade ports in every system because gateways extend the trade port reach. And plus, you also get the mobility that gateways provide. So for me, it's more of a win-win to just focus on gateways than it is to try to build multiple trade ports and get more trade. Now, if you are, say, reliant on trade, if you're doing some kind of a meme economy thing, by all means, build a bunch of them. Like, there's a tech that will boost trade ports even further, and just like heavily invest in star ports. But we're not quite playing a corporate lifestyle, so I don't see it being a high priority for us to focus on starports. Instead, what I want are anchorages. That will let us get a bigger fleet without compromising our economy. Continue to research. More research. Okay. I should maybe get this. I'm lazy, though. I don't like having to queue up all the time, my survey stuff, so I'm going to just be lazy and get that. We met another thing. Let's go ahead and research that. And, baby girl, you're fine. She wants me to, I don't know, pay attention to her, but I gotta record. I'm trying to do a YouTube thing. I love dogs, but if you are interested in having a dog, make sure that they're independent enough that they don't get stressed when you're not around, because I don't think that's healthy for them. She gets panic attacks. Literal panic attacks, that's right. Just like, you know, I don't know if it's good. But what are you gonna do? You know, it is what it is. But I'm here right now, and I can comfort her. It's okay. Who's a good girl? Who's a good little girl? I think she's calming down a bit. She just kind of gets in a panic when, you know, my mom heads out. So, and you just gotta, like, roll the punches and do what you can. I will build these 2 star bases. Okay, now we found our first world that we're going to colonize. This one over here. Size 13, continental world. Yeah, very much so. You want to colonize everything in your home sector. So, research that. Yes, please. Okay, so once you are done scanning up here, I'm going to have you research this and then move down and hopefully get here before we get cut off. I don't know if that will actually happen, but, you know, that's the dream, right? That is the dream. Sorry about that. When I'm talking loud like I need to during recordings, I tend to swallow a lot of air. You know, I would edit out the belches, but if I start doing that, there'd be no video left. Am I right? So I'm going to try my best to not make them absolutely gross. Hopefully, you guys see it as charming and not irritating. But we'll find out. I want this to be more of a stream of consciousness. You know, nothing's really planned out in these kind of playthroughs. I want to be spontaneous and fun. And that means like less editing. It's more, you know, and it'll be more raw and real, right? If we do it that way. So, you know, like that does mean though that if you're, you know, kind of grossed out by the functions of the human body, you know, sorry. Like, that's just what our channel is going to be about. If anything, we should embrace it. Let's see here. So we got the Gok Star hegemony. So I'm on the fence about these guys. I love the portrait because it reminds me of the Gorn from Star Trek, and they're such goofy rubber forehead aliens, right? So I had to get this portrait in somehow, but he's too goofy and silly in my mind to be like a Fnac purifier. And there's not a lot of origins yet in terms of authoritarian empires. I'm kind of hoping they end more in the future. So I kind of was running out of unique origins, because I want every empire I designed to have a unique origin if possible. Some of them end up with prosperous unification, but a lot of them have unique stuff going on. For these guys, I settled on Scion. They have to follow the orders of some fallen empire that I guess created them, etc. So that was the other reason I picked this particular portrait, because it really reminded me. I don't know if you've ever read the Known Space verse. So Known Space was a series of novels that came out in the 70s by Larry Niven. And he's the guy who actually invented the idea of ring worlds. The most famous novel from the Known Space... wait, was it Known Space? Or... I think it's Known Space. Okay, if I'm wrong about... Actually, yeah, if I'm wrong about this, I will put like a correction in the description. I think it's called the Known Space verse. It's just a series of novels he put out, all set in the same universe. And I think it was Known Space was what he called it. But anyway, it's where the concept of a ring world comes from. He invented the idea. Very cool author. Very much an author of the 70s. A lot of 70s science fiction was obsessed with like free love and kind of that 70s vibe, but still also very machismo. Very much like, oh, a heroic male scientist meets hot alien babes out there in the universe kind of thing. And so like there was a lot of that going on. But he had a lot of interesting ideas. And one of them was he had a species. I cannot remember the name of it, but the idea was it was a toad-like, frog-like, lizard-like thing from the ancient past, right? And these guys had psychic abilities because, again, 70s author, and they still thought psychic powers might be a thing. And what they did was they had enslaved the entire galaxy with their psychic powers. But they never developed technology. And overall, like, they actually weren't that viable as a species. They were very, I suppose in Stellaris terms, they would be unadaptive, they set in their ways and all that. But using their psychic powers, they enslaved most of the universe, right? Just by controlling people's, civilizations' minds. But eventually they collapsed. And so in the known verse, they have, like, all of these. They call it slaver tech. And it's from, what happened was the slavers enslaved the species whose brain was just built very differently from most organisms. And eventually, because their brains were so different, they were able to overthrow the slavers. So I was kind of inspired by that whole story, etc. Like, I'm trying to, it's so frustrating to explain a really cool story without giving any big spoilers away, and also making it sound interesting. It's like talking about a dream you had, right? Like, anyway, it's a really good series of novels. A lot of fun. Definitely influenced by the time period it was written in, but it's still worth reading if you're a sci-fi nut. But anyway, I was inspired by that species. I want like a lizard-like kind of thing that had once been a big empire, but then fallen. The closest I could get to that really was like the Scion start, so I went with Scion. It might not be the correct start, but you know, whatever. So these guys, there'll be a fallen empire out there that they love and are beholden to, so it'll really influence their decision making. Anyway, where are they? They're over here. And yeah, immediately we get the Scion Casus Belli. I should check and see if it'd be very unusual for. Oh yeah, they close their borders, so there's probably a fallen empire that's xenophobic out there that these guys follow, because they tend to get an empire that matches their natural personality as the one they follow. We've already met a xenophile empire. And the game likes to generate fallen empires that oppose one each other in ideology. So they probably have like a militarist or xenophobe fallen empire personality out there. Our first non-aggression pact? Interesting. I guess I'll take it. I don't think they'll ever open our borders. I know we mentioned we probably wouldn't take treaties with them. But now that I know that we have these guys here, I'm worried about being attacked, and I like the idea of some, like, if these guys, and, okay, two reasons. I'm going to hit pause. I know I hit pause a lot. I probably shouldn't. Let's unpause and leave it running on the slowest speed. There's just so much going on, you know? We got to, like, figure out what to do. Okay, so we get some energy credits. That's a pretty good get. Dahlberg, go ahead, keep building mining stations. What was our situation along minerals refining? Alright, got it. Okay, we're good there. We're good on most things. We're not doing well with consumer goods. So I'm going to use this building slot, get civilian industries, star patterns. Now this one can be a trap. This one can be a trap. That's anytime that they give you an option to abandon one of these and just get a tiny amount of influence, they're doing it because it is a potential dangerous pathway. Where is this one? Iramus. I'm going to go ahead and get to the bottom of this, and the reason why is some of my scientists I don't especially love. They don't have great traits. I wouldn't mind hiring new ones. So if I lose them on a dangerous research, so be it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh, wow, that's a long, let's see. Massive underground caverns. Oh, this one's kind of cool. So where is it? Okay, we'll research that. It is probably not where we're going to, like, oh, these guys have already really expanded. I think they're heading towards the Navogi Black Hole. Maybe we should head them off at the pass. Yeah. I'll send one of these construction vessels back, maybe? I can't really do that either, because I got another threat down here. I'll make a third construction spaceship. I rarely do that. I normally only do that when I feel like there's some good territory over here. I want to try to get it if possible, and these guys are definitely going for it. So, since we can't really war them, we're trying to be friends. We needed to secure this territory before they get to it. Because I do want these black holes. They're a good source of science. I don't mind having an extra L-gate passage. And maybe even trying to get this natural wormhole. If we stay friendly with these guys, we won't have to rush to this. And we don't especially need the archaeology site. So we probably won't race to expand in that general direction. But, you know, it's good to understand like how we want to secure our borders and what the priority is. So yeah, go ahead down here. Because we do want these 3 planets. That's a lot of planets. And some of them are actually pretty good. Like, look at this one. Natural beauty. Yeah, whoop. Okay, good. We met Artesian troop. That is very good. Propulsion. Keep researching. Let's, what? Oh, I was going to contacts. Let's go ahead and get some things. We want an art piece. Since we have the energy creds, and we want to support them. The reason why is they get monthly unity, and you want high opinion with the Artesian troop. They can give you a lot of lovely bonuses to your unity and amenities and immigration pull. So we will exhibit that art monument because we'll probably have some migration treaties in the near future. Okay, very good. Let's see if you can get down here in time before these guys spread. They might not spread. They might be focusing on this region. They've been very gung-ho to get... I guess they want this planet. Is why they're spreading in this way. But they also, like aggressive AI likes to spread towards the player. So I suspect they're going to end up grabbing up a lot of just those territories. Now, we're getting to the point that we really need to consider moving our main star base. And there are 2 reasons why. One, you want it closer to where you think you'll actually need to be making starships. And 2, we want the Earth to be our main starport. We don't want it to be our star base. Because either Anchorage or starport, but usually the capital I dedicate to being the main trade hub. Especially Earth, because look at this. We got trade value of 5 there. We can pick up some 4 there. That's already 9 trade value. That's quite a lot. So we definitely want to expand the reach of this trade hub. And in order, those commercial packs and stuff, we definitely want to go all the way up to migration treaty with them. It'll cost us influence, but at this point, we are kind of slowing down our expansion a bit. So at a certain point, you stop expanding, and then whatever influence you get just accumulates. So I don't mind having like a lower influence income, especially if it gets us more migration trees, because this is the Xeno Compatibility challenge. So we are starting to hit administration, but so you don't need to worry about Empire Sprawl until you hit a very specific point of time in your empire. And that point is, if we go to population, it's when you have 25 scientists. Someone did the math and figured out if you're going above administration cap, just keep building more scientists. And because you get more out of your scientists until you get up to like 25. I forget why it works that way. It just does. And now we're only at 4. So it's better to invest into science than it is to invest in the administration buildings. And so I don't feel like we especially need to worry about administration early. Well, then again, this is just a natural bonus. This doesn't have anything to do with hiring more administrators. And on top of that, I think this is required to get a very special technology that we need to get. So let's go for it. Oh God. Excuse me. But yeah, let's go for it because I think we need the next level of capital building researched in order to unlock something. I don't quite remember what that something was. Okay, good. Another planet, Ocean World. Kind of smaller size, but I don't mind. I mean, any planet is a good planet, especially within our main sector of Earth. So the more we see, the better. Where are we going to send the scientists now? Let's go over here. We're just finishing out this surveying stuff and scooping up any of the anomalies that we skipped the first time around. So like over here, for example, and this one, etc. Hopefully we can get this anomaly and scan these before he spreads down this general direction. If he does, you know, we miss it. You won't win the race to scan everything. So that is that. 1 second. I think I'm gonna sneeze. It is February and the trees are starting to make pollen. Okay. No, I didn't quite. I didn't quite sneeze. God. I am gonna be gross and snotty for like the next 3 months. My allergies are pretty bad, and this is a very brutal time of year for me. I did just look at the clock though, and we are getting close to our hour. I feel like we haven't really spread that far just yet. We're starting to make some contacts. I guess, well, we've explored about a third of the galaxy, it looks like, which isn't too bad. We are cut off in some directions. It's going to be harder and harder, I think, to spread in the future, and we will eventually butt heads with some guys. Like, synthoids are coming our way. We have some padding, but if the necromages really take off, they're going to also be a danger. And so we'll have to start thinking about fortifying in areas that would be worth fortifying. We need to start thinking about getting anchorages, building up our fleet more, and moving a starport around, all that good stuff. But I guess that'll be what we do next episode. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I'll admit, this one, I feel like it was kind of, it was a mess. Let's be realistic. We had, like, our poor little dog was, like, crying. I was burping all the time. Like, and clearly, the coffee, it's working, but not fast enough to deal with me having had a whole bunch of meat last night. So, I don't know. Kind of a sloppy episode, but maybe it was fun. Maybe people liked it. I hope so. On that note, I'm just going to I'm out. Bye.